Action. All right, everybody. Good day. Today is, what is today? Today is the 13th. Happy March 13th. Today is Thursday. Welcome to the Business Line Podcast. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. Today on the show, returning again, we've got Matt Dugan from Pivot Studios again joining us. Hey, Matt, how's it going, bud?
Pretty good, pretty good. Glad to be here. Happy Thursday, Brian.
Yeah, man. One more day, and we're rocking the weekend. We've also got, as usual, our producer from the other side of the world, Manoj. How you doing, bud?
Nice, Brian.
Good.
Good.
Hey, and we got a guest. Piyush is here with us. Piyush is Manoj's right-hand man in production, helping getting the audio things right and post and getting us to a point where we can post things faster. Manoj is a little shy. He doesn't have his camera on. Can you say hi, bud?
Hi, Brian.
There he is. He's just a still photo. But don't worry, he's not sad. He's super happy to be with us today. All right, let's get into what we got going on today. We'll talk a little bit of activity happening here at the office in Sheboygan. Some fun stuff going on today. I've got a meeting with a possible client about 30 miles north in my hometown, and it's a manufacturing firm. And I don't know if they have any needs or anything yet, but due to the excellent charisma and activity that Bob over at Arsenal Business Growth is doing for us, he booked us a meeting to introduce ourselves and hopefully, let them know that they've got a quality potential partner when it comes to IT managed services. Sounds like they already have a partner, but that's okay. If they're doing a good job, they'll never need us. But if they're not, we're going to be there to pick up the pieces. What else is going on for us? We're going to wrap up the week tomorrow with a really important call with one of our marketing partners on the healthcare side of things. They're introducing us to a really outstanding opportunity on the East Coast in Philadelphia with a big healthcare network out there, possibly needing some of our revenue cycle management help. So anybody on our RCM team, our billing, coding, and AR, and other, if you're watching or listening or paying attention to our daily podcasts, get ready. There might be some big work coming. So hunker down. But really excited to do that. And that's just a call to kind of prep us on the opportunity, make sure we have a good strategy going into it. Because with these kind of big ones, it's like head and shoulders. It's all about the first impression. You know what I mean? Got to be clean, and our message has got to be clear, and it's got to fit what they're looking for. So this is something new for us. We haven't done it this way before. So I've got to make sure that I'm willing to, hold back my normal approach, learn from the folks that are making this connection from us, and do things their way because they're really good at making sure these things close. What else is happening? It's a pretty quiet day here at the office. How are things going for you, Matt? Anything big going on in the podcasting and video production world for you?
Yeah, actually got some pretty exciting news yesterday. We work with a company that's pretty heavy in the HVAC contractor industry.
Oh, cool.
We started working with them when they were a startup company doing their podcast. And they honestly had a tremendous few years where they had to pause the podcast just because their VP of sales was the one that hosted it. And he was like, I don't have time. But the podcast was one of the best performings we've had. And so got the call yesterday. They hired some new people, so they're ready to revamp the podcast. So that's a big one coming out, not coming out, but restarting. So that's a big one. Got that news yesterday. So that'll be really, really exciting.
Hey, I was checking out, and it was totally not while I was driving to work today, but I was checking out how some of the videos, some of the shorts and stuff were performing for Dory already.
Yep.
We just recently released his full interview on the BLP episode, but his shorts are performing really good so far, so quickly.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. I was actually just checking that earlier because the Ami and the other ones, I was
Those
almost
are really,
worried we were getting.
yeah.
Well,
Right?
we were getting what they call shadow banned because I was like, it wouldn't make sense because when on the other platforms they'd still get views, but YouTube it wouldn't. So I was like, not really sure. But
How does that
yeah,
work? How does the shadow banning stuff work?
it's such a gray area. I've tried to do my research and there's not really a real answer. The way I would put it, the best way I can, is if you do something to piss off the algorithm or Google, they will punish you. And
Jeez.
I don't really know what it is you do or what it is. It could be you're linking outside of their platforms. I know that's one of big for
Huh.
TikTok, for YouTube, I'm not sure, but essentially shadow banning is when you've done something that the platform doesn't like and they tend to lower your views and not put you out as much. Now, if this is a conspiracy or not, and if this is factual, who knows? No platforms have come out and obviously said, yes, we
Right.
do this. But no, I noticed that too because we posted out, I think it was 1 o'clock Eastern yesterday, and it's already, yeah, over 500. So I saw that as well.
Yeah, so that's cool. I mean, and maybe it's just the subject matter. When we're doing
Yeah.
these things, we find things that seem exciting and we think are going to resonate with people and people want to know about, but you never know if and maybe like the thing with Ami, really good topic, right?
Yep.
Helping parents with their monitoring of their infants and not just the kind of the physical health like heartbeat and breathing and that kind of stuff, but behavioral type of things and some of the
Yep.
cutting edge things that they're trying to do. And it might not necessarily say resonate with the audience that we have right now. So maybe it's got to creep out a little bit more by
Hmm.
bringing some people in that are interested in that kind of stuff. Because I don't know that we've done a whole lot of content that kind of appeals to the parenting wing
Yep.
of things. Maybe we could.
Yep.
But yeah, I was surprised to see, and maybe it's a product of Dory's pretty well connected. So
Yep.
I mean, I haven't looked like on any of his socials where we're posting things and he's reposting or sharing if that's helping with it too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen any straight. I've only seen retweets from the company on Twitter. My plan, I was going to email them again today and just kind of harp on them because he does. I haven't seen anything from his LinkedIn, but Dory has a very big following on
Yeah,
LinkedIn, so that'd be, yeah, really great. And he was a great. That's a cool company. Just that everything they were doing there.
for sure. So it was neat to see
Yep.
that's picking up speed. And there's I noticed a couple of them. Man, I feel terrible. But when you talk to so many people, sometimes you can't remember everybody's name. But who is it? Was it Bill Makaitis who had the
The
marketing
former
stuff?
Slack CMO.
Yeah. So I
Yep. Yep.
noticed
That was
one of
Bill.
his was like at like 2,500 or something like that. That's doing pretty
Yep.
good.
Yep, there's that. Some of our TikTok videos are really, really creeping up there. I think each one almost gets like 900. We're actually starting to get pretty good following. I think we've almost crossed 100 followers on TikTok as well.
That's cool.
So yeah, but no, yeah, the Bill stuff. And what I've started to realize, and this going back to the Ami things with the parents, is the type of people that are on the platforms. Because I noticed the Ami clips would work well on TikTok, but they wouldn't get the same amount of views on YouTube. So I'm almost wondering, like, hey, are these, if I'm thinking of a mother, someone looking for these kind of things,
Yeah.
I think YouTube is more of maybe a male dominated
For
platform,
sure.
possibly.
Absolutely. I think
And
the numbers dictate that.
yeah, and so I think with TikTok, I think that's more of a woman dominated platform, especially with mothers and just the type of people on there. So I think that also had a little bit to do just with thinking about views and things of that nature.
You could and probably are 100% spot on there. Which
Yeah.
which reminds me, I know Manoj, you and Piyush are kind of working on a strategy to start clipping up some of our daily content and finding fun stuff that we can get down to a minute or less or that kind of stuff to get out there to kind of encourage people if they like what they're seeing there to make it maybe look at some of our longer stuff to learn more. Talk with Matt offline or whatever you can about how to get stuff over on TikTok as well. So we can do that. It's still live.
Yep.
It's still active. It hasn't been banned from U.S. usage.
Well,
Apparently-
did you
What?
see when they were doing that? I guess when it was banned for a little bit, it's back on the App Store now, but for a
Yeah.
while it was taken off the App Store. And on eBay, people were selling iPads and phones for like $10,000-$15,000
that
saying,
had it
"Hey,
on there.
yeah, they're like, you want an iPhone with TikTok? Buy this." That was crazy.
So if the app was already on the device, you could
Yep.
use it. You could still get
Yep.
into the network and you still use it. They weren't like pulling it from individual device support.
Yep. Yeah, it was only like 1 or 2 days where it was dark, like you couldn't
Yeah.
go on TikTok. And then after that, they brought it back, but you couldn't download it if you didn't have it. And then I think a month or so ago, it's been back full and
It's
everything
back
now.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting how that flipped so quickly just by Trump getting in and saying, "Hey, we're bringing them back. We want to work out a deal. They can
Yeah.
they can stay as long as we can get a majority in the U.S. or something like that." Right? He was looking at trying to get companies here to own a majority of it. So interesting. Cool. All right. Well, That's fun stuff. Manoj, anything exciting from your neck of the woods? You guys, you and Piyush been on Valorant or anything lately?
Uh, Not likely, basically.
Not lately.
Uh,
That's okay. Does because I don't know. Does Valorant have like an internal ranking system or anything like that? Do you guys kind of watch your stats and
yep,
stuff?
yep. Like I have gold 3 rank in the Valorant,
Okay.
and Piyush just started, so
Oh,
he
he just
has
started.
not.
So he's a
Yep,
newbie. He's a noob.
yep. He knew.
Piyush, don't be mad. Don't get
Like
mad.
most of the time, Piyush can't play with me in the competitive matches
Because
because he is
the
too far than
rankings.
my league. Yep,
Yeah. So
because he is too far than.
you gotta kind of step down from the high rankings and kind of play with him.
No, no.
No. Oh, you're just making him work his way up till he's got the fruit on the
Yep,
tree to play with the big boys. Oh, poor
yep.
guy. Poor
And
guy.
he's trying to climb up still from 2 months or 1 month.
What's the best way to climb up in the rankings? Is it just kind of win-loss thing, or is it play time, or what is it?
It's a win ratio,
Yeah.
basically. Like killing ratio and the teamwork is more important in the Valorant.
Yeah.
Like the kind in the Valorant you have like 5 type of players you can play, and
Yeah.
each have like a sentinel, duelist. For the entry, there is a sentinel for killing purpose and the area clearation.
Yeah.
There is a duelist and the healing, and two more like the initiator who will initiate you to in the site. There is several roles and the multiple agents who could help you.
Yeah.
Like if like I am playing the Valorant and I don't have a smokes, like the player who have a smokes ability, then we can't enter on the site.
Yeah.
So that's
So
the
what do you
thing. The
choose?
main
What's
thing,
your favorite to play as?
I play most of the time duelist. I
Duelist?
I like
Okay.
the aggressive gameplay.
Yeah.
So I just
Piyush,
go in the site and
what do you
boom, boom, boom.
what are you working on? What do you like to play as on Valorant?
Uh, if I talk about my character, I
Yeah.
choose Gecko.
Gecko?
It's a initiator.
Okay.
I don't like to play like direct go to enemy's base and kill them. I
So
don't play like that.
so are you more of a support kind of?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
supporting player.
Okay, cool. Have you guys tried Marvel Rivals? That
Yeah,
free to play game?
No, I
that's
know.
that's pretty fun. That's real. That's like cool how they have all those characters in there. I
Yeah,
thought.
you played it, Matt?
Yeah, yeah, I played it.
You dipped your toe in.
Dip
What
my
about you
toe in.
guys? Manoj, Piyush, have you tried it at all?
No, brand.
No.
I
No?
don't.
I tried it a few
Yep.
weeks back, like right. It might have. I think it was right around the time it released after the beta stuff, and I liked it. It was fun. It was cool. I played like as Venom a little bit and as like Spider-Man. That was cool. And I tried Iron Man. It was fun. But I don't have like the time to really get into it. You know what I mean? To get good at it. And it's this phase in my life where I just have to come to terms with that, you know? Like when I was younger, I met a bunch of good friends playing Rainbow Six 3 on the original Xbox when it ccame out on Xbox Live. That's kind of when Xbox Live was just getting started, and we had a blast. I used to pay attention to my kill to death ratio. I always made sure it was at least 2-1, and we were always having this with me and one of my buddies. It was always a competition when we'd log in. We kind of try to see where we were, and at the end of the night, we better still be above that. And it was fun, and it was a different world back then. That was before kids and responsibilities and all that fun stuff. So, gentlemen, folks, if you don't have any big responsibilities taking you away from your hobbies, you know, hold out, but don't hold out too long, because the other things are important in life and make you grow up. And believe me, it's worth it. It may not seem like it, but it's worth it. I get in it every once in a while, but I tend to. It's like a couple of my best friends still play Halo a lot, and that was kind of what we used to always play: Halo 2, Halo 3, all through the years. And then it's like they see me come online late night on a Friday night when everybody else is in bed, and I'm playing something single player, and they're like, invite me to come play in, and I just ignore it. I feel bad, but like if I go in and play that, I'm not very good anymore. I get worked, and I can just hear like the 7, 8, 9-year-old kids laughing at me, and that's frustrating. And then the other thing too is, it puts me in a bad mood to get like just destroyed by everybody. So I just prefer to play a single player game where I get destroyed by the computer and I can say it's cheating, and then nobody can yell back at me, right? So.
And nowadays you're getting destroyed by like a 13-year-old too.
Oh, that's
It's
bad.
like,
That's why I stopped. I used to love to play Madden and like sports games online. It was fun, but then it just got. I just couldn't keep up. Wasn't like when people have 8, 9, 10 hours a day to play these games. There's just no way you're keeping up if you're jumping in and play a couple games a night. You know what I mean? It's kind of discouraging. Anyway, I'm a sissy when it comes that way. So, whoa. Okay, let's check on Doge real quick. Let's see what's going on at the Department of Government Efficiency. Anything funny? Anything fun? Anything that's actually moving the needle? Here's one. How about this? I think I mentioned this a little bit before we got started. Somebody, I don't know who this person is, Karen Tumulty. Maybe she's a popular something or another. I don't know. She could be awesome. She could be terrible. Who knows? She posted on X, it looks like, to somebody, scoop, Social Security facing pressure from Doge, weighs big cuts to phone service. Agency considers ending phone program that helps with claims processing and is used by millions. And then she added a bunch of people from like Washington Post and all these other things. I don't read mainstream news outlets or anything like that. It's just too muddied. But then Doge decided to reply directly back to her, saying this is inaccurate and misleading. At Social Security is protecting seniors by ensuring bank accounts aren't changed with little to no authentication. And then they go on to say approximately 40% of Social Security direct deposit fraud is associated with fraudsters. They call the Social Security Administration on the phone, and they trick them into changing direct deposit bank account information from the correct one to the fraudulent one. And what it sounds like up until now, the SSA just hasn't been properly trained or had the tools to deal with it. This would have been like, this happens in business. We've had plenty of people try to call our people, say there's somebody else, and get them to change bank information. We've had people, spoof our email addresses and email our clients and try to tell them that they're with our accounting department and we've got a new bank account that we want them to send their monthly payments into. And now that's never happened to us from a standpoint of they've gotten away with it because we have checks and balances in place. But it's a real deal, and to just, I don't know how long it's been like this, that they've had, when 40% of the fraud is happening because of this kind of thing, because there's no mechanism in place with their call center to defend from that. I don't know how anybody comes out and tries to make that a negative thing, that Doge found out that this was the problem, and now the Social Security administration department is actually doing something to fix it. Like, somebody tell me what's wrong with that. Nothing? I got nothing, right? You got but like we were saying before, Matt, there's people out there, they latch onto one thing that somebody says and they'll only pay attention to that. Now they'll go around and say that, Doge is, trying to cut jobs at the SSA on their call center, and now you're not going to be able to call and do things with your account when you need to, and it's going to affect millions of people negatively. I don't see how this affects anybody negatively. What they're saying is, at the end of this month, on the 29th, in order to change direct deposit bank account info at SSA, they're instilling 2FA, or multi-factor authentication, right? So if you call in and you say, hey, my name's Matt Dugan, and I'm really old, and I'm retired, and it's time for me to get my benefits, but I need to give you a different bank account to put those into. Are you ready to take the info? And I don't know what the process was before, but it sounds like it wasn't that hard to trick them. And now they're going to be like, okay, Matt Dugan, we're going to send you an authentication code, and let us know when you get this. I don't know if they're going to use phone numbers or emails or maybe an app of some sort or something on the web, but they're going to put something in place by the end of the month that allows for that. And I think that's a good thing. So you can either do that, You can change it online with 2FA. Oh, that's going to be an online change, not on the phone. You're not going to be able to change it on the phone, which is good. So now you can't call in to change it. You either got to go online, set up MFA on your account, or change it in person at your local SSA service center. So you got to be the real person. My guess they're going to ask for ID. Where's the problem? Hearing none. I don't know. I think it's silly that even exists. What else? RT at Social Security to protect you from fraud. We no longer accept changes to bank account information over the phone. Yeah, so this was that first thing was an update from about 3:00 yesterday. It's at 6:00. They posted it. Social Security Administration posted, hey, boom, we're not doing this anymore. You can't call in. Probably going to take them to the end of the month to do the MFA, but on the short term, you got to go into your local office. Maybe that's a pain in the butt for people. And a lot of folks on getting their Social Security benefits, maybe they can't drive and stuff like that. But if they're in a home, they've got somebody who works on their account. Helps them on their travel and does things for them. But I think on the short term, it's going to keep a lot of people from losing their money. Last one on here. At Secretary Rollins, USDA was funding a $397,000 grant in the San Francisco Bay Area to educate queer, trans, and BIPOC urban farmers and consumers about food justice and values-aligned markets. This grant has been canceled. And then there's a short video over talking about it. I haven't watched this video. If you go to X, there's a video there that shows Secretary Brooke Rollins talking about this. What's BIPOC, capital BIPOC? Anybody know what that is?
I've never heard of that. I'll look it up real quick.
So there's a grant.
Okay, it's Black, Indigenous, and People of Color is what that is.
Okay. Black, Indigenous, people of color. Okay. Black, Indigenous, people of color, urban farmers, and consumers about food justice. So almost $500,000 to educate a group of, again, a relatively obscure group of people with specific lifestyles about food justice and values-aligned markets. And then there's an emoji like someone smacking themselves in the head. Food justice. I don't know. Okay. I'm fine with that. Cool. What's up with the where's the savings? Where are we at for savings? $115 billion as of today. Yesterday I should be writing these down every day I talk about this. It was something like $650 or something per taxpayer. As of today, we're up to $714 per taxpayer. Long way to go to get to that $100,000 per taxpayer. And I don't think they're trying to do that from a standpoint of our overall debt as a country, but I think what their main goal is to balance the budget so we're not getting further in debt every year and increasing the payments just to service to that. Did you see the statistic that Musk talked about the other day, that the annual payment to service the debt, our national debt, is larger than our annual military spend budget, defense budget? And do you know what happens when you can't afford to service the debt if you can't afford to make payments that at least service the interest on your debt? You're basically bankrupt. I think there's a lot of countries in the world that would like us to be bankrupt, unfortunately. And we got to do a lot to not be. So, and we've been like a teenager with an unlimited credit card, just going out and just boom, 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 spend. Or my wife on Amazon. Sorry, hun. Didn't mean to throw her in the bus like that. If she was here to defend herself, she would say, but I return almost everything I order. I wish I could go on Amazon and pull a report that just like says, you know, here's all your orders, here's your spend. It'll tell you how much you've saved. Like when you go to Kohl's. Have you ever gone to a Kohl's department store, Matt?
Yep, get
And
some Kohl's cash.
yeah, get some Kohl's cash. But you get to the counter and you go up there with a pair of jeans and some socks, and they ring you up, and congratulations, you've saved $842 today, and you spent $40 or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, guys, you're getting a little bit out of control with the savings from Kohl's, and here's your $10 Kohl's cash. Oh man, good buddy of mine used to work for Kohl's in their credit department. All right, cool. That's the daily dose of Doge. Man. All right. Well, what else is happening? Any big headlines today that could be affecting us?
I didn't see anything too crazy. Yeah, I'm really not seeing any huge business stuff. Some Tesla stuff going on with stock prices, but other than that, I'm not really seeing anything too crazy.
I heard was it yesterday that the whole Ukraine-Russian war thing is looking like Ukraine's willing to make a deal for a ceasefire. Now it's just up to Russia to come to the table for at least a 30-day ceasefire. And
Wow, I
that's
did
kind of
not see that.
that's kind of the first steps for at least negotiating something. At least 30 days where people wouldn't be dying, hopefully. It'd be good to see that thing come to an end. Faux show. Oh man. Okay, well that's all I got for the day. Thursday. How are we doing? Now we're right around the right time. Anything else from you guys before we end in today's episode? No?
I think
Piyush?
I'm all good over here.
Piyush, any words of wisdom for the audience?
No, man.
None? All right. Fine. I know you got some in there. You seem to be you're a quiet, stoic individual, and I think you've got some smart things to say. But maybe next time. How about you, Manoj?
Nothing. Tomorrow we have a festival. So
Oh
we
yeah,
have to prepare.
that's right. Before we go, I forgot we were going to talk a little bit about Holi.
Yep.
Holi, it's the festival of colors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so many people in our office are not going to be working tomorrow, which I'm totally cool with. I'll miss them all dearly. But like our IT staff in the U.S. will still be working. I think all of our RCM people over at our office in India, they'll be enjoying Holi. I know our marketing team's going to be enjoying Holi. What else? Our scribes, unfortunately, still have to work with their doctors. It's the nature of that type of work. They're there for them no matter what. They'll get their reward in heaven someday. So tell us real quickly about Holi and why everybody gets so messy with all those colors. Because we did it here once at the office, and that stuff gets powder stuff gets everywhere. I was digging it out of things for the whole year in the office, and we did it outside. But we came in and got changed and cleaned up, and there was still like pink and blue and purple and green powder. It was everywhere. We were just finding it in the cracks, and yeah.
Yep. So basically, the festival we make because of like in the past, like in the books we
Yep.
have read that devil uh, who like try to burn his son.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. But the god Narsingh came from the pillar.
Uh-huh.
They crack the pillar and come out and save that child and kill that man. And we also today like burn Holika.
Okay.
Like in the middle of the road, we create the pyramid type structure
Like a pyramid
of
structure.
the
Okay.
lap. Like we just got us that, and then we at the night we just burn the fire on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because the devil who tries to kill his son,
Mm-hmm.
so he has he has a sister, like who has a
Oh,
like God gave some like words to him, like she can't like burn in the fire.
okay.
Okay, like he can sit in the fire and nothing will happen to
Nothing
him.
happens. Okay.
Yeah. So devils try, like devils, what devil try? Devil said to his sister and said like take my child and sit in the fire.
Mm,
Okay, to burn his child.
mm.
But his sister died.
Oh, instead.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
So that's why like we burn Holika before one day the Holi. And because of that, the devil is killed. So there's a celebration.
a celebration of
Everyone
it.
is happy. Yep. That's the story behind that.
That's cool. I've never known that story. I've heard some things about like kind of the
Yep.
festivities
I
and
know
everything.
that.
It's
That's
nice.
why I told you.
That's cool. That's cool to know. Well,
Yep.
awesome. So that's tomorrow. You guys are going to be out. It's going to be really hard to do this unless I bring. I'm going to try to bring Declan and get it done tomorrow, and from the chair. So I think he'll be able to work it out. But we'll miss you guys. Have fun. Be safe. Celebrating that festival of Holi, and can't wait to see you guys again on Monday. But let's cut the line on the business line today, and hope everybody has a great Thursday. Take care.